Most of them are trying to trade people back and forth. As a matter of fact, there is something that really disturbs me, and that is letter writers charging people to buy a stock, like racetrack touts. We've got Stansbury, and these reports I got from subscribers, charging $3,500 for their hot stock and $1,495 for several stocks. And NIA, which is the National Inflation Association, they charge $1,000 for their hot stock, and they're always pushing other stocks. In fact, there's a report out by another commentator which is very critical of them. And then we have John Duty, who charges $500 to give people the hot stock. And that disturbs me as a professional. I mean, we're here to help people. There's enough money that we can make money. And we don't have to do things like that. And so, as far as I'm concerned, any stocks you want, any advice you want, we'll give it to you. Me in that sphere, Melody in the sphere of coins and bullion. And don't be suckers. Don't pay these people for something they don't know anything about. They're just hustlers. And the first two, been around for several years. But Duty's been around for years, and he shouldn't be doing that. In fact, I have an SEC attorney checking right now to see if it's legal for him to do that. I am appalled. So don't buy their garbage. You know, what always comes up as a question is the company that they're recommending paying them to do that? And if the company is, have they announced that? That comes under SEC rules and guidelines. And so that's the kind of things that are going on out there. So you got to be very careful. Just like buying coins, I've been doing it since 1960. And almost everybody I ever met was a crook. And incidentally, in the stock brokerage business, 85% of the brokers that I ran into over a period of 52 years were crooks. That's why I do what I do, to give people a shot at making money, and that's why I don't take anything from anybody, and neither does any member of my family.
You know what, Bob? It's the same way with coins. I don't understand it either. The first thing people should do is really shop around. And I suppose if people look long and hard enough, they could probably find somebody that has prices lower than mine. But I'll tell you what, then you have to question the liability of them, their ability to ship, how quick they ship, and, everything else goes into question when you can find prices lower than mine. And, how do they do business? And yet people still go back and they just don't care anymore. And I just don't understand. I mean, it's one thing to support, but it's another to get as much as you can for your dollars and to get the right product for what's suitable for people. And when I see some portfolios of what people own in gold and silver, it just amazes me. Then when I figure out what the people made, the commissions that these people have made just amazes me. I could have retired 40 times if I charged what these other dealers charged. I'd be living in the
same thing goes on with the stocks, the kickbacks, and I can't imagine. I've never heard until just recently of newsletter writers charging people for their hot stock. It's like a racetrack tout. Unbelievable. Don't be sucked in by them. And when you buy coins, if you want to get comparative prices, that's fine. But you'll find every time that Melody will be there, cheaper, maybe a little bit more expensive. It all depends on what day you're buying, whatever.
I am very rarely with my competitors ever more expensive. But, with the Internet, there's 5,000 dealers across the country. I'd be silly to say I'm the cheapest of them all. So if you look long and hard enough, like I said. But, again, then you have to question, well, if they can do it cheaper than me, then what are they compromising on? So, and just...
Well, I brought it up because the NIA Stansbury thing has been going on for about 6 months. And it's their programs are very similar to what other letter writers have done for years. They call them back-end deals. And what you do is you come out with something very good and interesting, whether it's a telephone, radio conversation, or a tape that's been made about what's going to happen. And usually the research is decent. And what they do is they say, we're going to send you a free newsletter, and they send it, and then somebody gets in touch with you either by email or calls and says, look, we got this hot stock. I mean, what would they know about stocks? It just baffles me that they can legally do something like that, and I've contacted an attorney today.
Well,
and I'm going to find out what they can and they can't do.
And with the Internet, too,